Hi Leo, welcome to March. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I get started on your reading, I want to call in some good energy and create some sacred space around this reading. So this month we have a full moon in Virgo on the 9th. Then Mercury goes direct after having been in retrograde for 3 weeks. It's going direct in Aquarius and then moving into Pisces. Then on the 20th, we have the spring equinox, when the sun moves into Aries, the start of the new astrological year, and this is favorable to your sign, because Aries and Leo are both fire signs. And then, God, everything's happening. We have a new moon in Aries, and that's going to be favorable to your sign also, on the 24th. And in the middle of all that, if you're celebrating St. Patrick's Day, it's happening on the 17th. So happy St. Patty's Day if you celebrate. So let's see what's happening. We'll get into the astrology later. Let's see what's going on, what the cards have to say about Leo and love and relationships. What does Leo need to know for March about love and relationships? What's coming up for Leo? What is coming up in terms of love and relationships for Leo for March 2020? What is coming up for Leo? What does Leo need to know? Okay, let's see. The Four of Wands. The Knight of Swords. The Hangman. The Three of Pentacles. The Six of Wands. The Queen of Wands. The Page of Pentacles. The Ten of Wands. The Seven of Wands. Oh, and the Hermit. Okay. So, the Four of Wands is a great card. And I think Aries might have even gotten that. So, the Four of Wands represents stability, success, victory, sometimes even marriage. So you could be, you're having an opportunity to make a relationship more stable this month. Or that's what you're seeking. Now you have this Knight of Swords. So you could be dealing with an air sign. Aries, listen to me. Air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. But even if not, the Knight, and there's also fire in here, and there's earth, so you could be dealing with any sign, really. The Knight of Swords energy is someone who is very impatient. It's an impulsive kind of energy, and this person just wants to jump into something without thinking of the consequences. So you could be dealing with someone like that, or it could be your own energy, that you're just like ready for love and you're just going to jump into something without thinking about it. If this is the person, you might feel that this person is a little bit insensitive at times, because the Knight of Swords energy can be a little bit selfish, because it's not that they mean to hurt others, it's just that they are so focused on their agenda and their goal that they don't realize how their behavior is affecting other people. But it could be that you're just anxious to do something and to initiate something, and you're just wanting to make changes, like you're tired of the status quo, and you want stability in your life, and you're ready to move forward. You have the Hangman in the past, so this is a card of giving something up for something better, making a sacrifice, and you have the Three of Pentacles in the recent past. So I feel that your relationship is going to revolve around some type of career success. So maybe you're becoming more stable in your career. You're being recognized. Maybe you've changed jobs, and now you're bringing in more money, or you're in a better position. You might have left something for something better, because the Three of Pentacles is the master craftsman. It's being recognized, promotion, recognition, being seen as someone who's really good at what you do. You have the Six of Wands energy, which is a card of victory, success, being lauded. People are praising your efforts. So I feel like that's giving you confidence. And now you're thinking, okay, now that I have my life, my career situated the where I want it, I can now look for a relationship, or I can make a commitment. So maybe you're waiting, you've been waiting to be more stable in your life before you commit to something. You have this, now with the Six of Wands energy, can also mean that your career is related to some type of travel. Maybe you're traveling as a representative of a company, or the person you're involved in has to travel with their job. So I feel like maybe you haven't always been able to be together because of travel, journey. But you are on track for career success. And the Four of Wands, it's like you're ready for some stability in your life. And I feel like with the Queen of Wands here, this could represent you. You might be coming into a position of leadership. So I don't know why I'm getting all this career energy. I mean, this is a love reading, but I can't not say it. But the other thing I'm seeing, so there is some type of career success, definitely, and stability in your life that's coming. And I think that it's giving you confidence to go after what you want romantically. Because with the Queen here, she goes after what she sees, what she wants, and she goes after it. She's not afraid to take action. And I feel that you're going to have to do that this month if you want to have love in your life. You're going to have to go after what you want. You could be at the beginning stages. You have the Page of Pentacles here. So part of you is kind of open to the new, but it's in this Page of Pentacles is the student card. So it's like kind of like you're learning lessons, or you might even be going to school or taking some type of class, learning new skills because you want to advance in your career, because you've gotten a promotion, or you're moving into a new job and it's requiring a lot from you because you have this Ten of Wands here, which is carrying a heavy burden and feeling overloaded with work. But this Page of Pentacles, this could be a new relationship that you may have recently started, and you're wondering, like you have doubts about it because it's in your negative thinking sector. So even though a part of you is wanting to move forward, a part of you is also afraid to move forward. And part of the issue could be this Ten of Wands, like, because this is your environment where you've been carrying a heavy workload, or you have all this responsibility and you really don't have time. You haven't had time for love. You've been so focused on your career and the work that you do that you haven't had time to give to a relationship. So there could be this budding relationship that it could go somewhere, but you're not giving it attention, or you're not giving it enough time because you've been focused on your career. And you could be dealing with someone who's a little bit maybe pushy. The Knight of Swords energy is kind of hasty, argumentative. Someone who's like, you may be arguing over things because they want to do one thing, you want to do another thing, or you might be the person that's being insensitive and just doing your own thing and not caring about other people's needs. So you're going to have to look at that this month and not be afraid to pursue the new. You have to be open to the new. If you've been too focused on your job or your career and not giving enough time for relationship, you need to change that this month. You need to go after what you want because you've got that all settled. That's all working fine. Now it's time to focus on love, because it doesn't matter what you have. I mean, if you have a job and you have all this money and you're feeling good, what good is it if you have no one to share it with? So you want it, and you want to start taking action. And you have the Seven of Wands here. So if you're experiencing any problems in a relationship, you have the ability to overcome it. Maybe you need to set some boundaries with yourself as well as others. Like maybe you're just like, if someone is becoming a burden, maybe you have to say, hey, look, I've been giving a lot to you, but I really need to have some time for me. I need to set some boundaries and stand up for what you believe in. you have the Hermit here as an outcome card. So the Hermit is saying you have been spending a lot of time in thought, deep in thought about, like, maybe I feel like you have, like, there's opportunity for relationship, but you haven't been pursuing it because you're trying to figure out, is this right for me? Is this person right for me? Is this what I really want? And you haven't really been socializing. You've been pretty much keeping to yourself because you're in this hermit mode. You've been in this hermit mode. And I think that it's time you're going to start to break out of that. Or you need to break out of the hermit mode. You need to figure out what it is you want and then go for it. But you have to stop being in limbo. You know, and sometimes with the Hangman, it represents feeling stuck, feeling in limbo. And it's mostly because you haven't been able to make a decision. Because you know you have to make a sacrifice. You know, because when you make a decision to choose one thing, you have to give up something else. And maybe a part of you hasn't been willing to take that final step of giving up the old to pursue the new. So you're going to be doing a lot of thinking, but you have the potential to create stability in your life with someone that you could really commit to. If you give it that, but you have to take action. You have to, move toward it. Claim it. Claim it as your own. So let's see what the astrology has to say. So this full moon is happening in your second house. The full moon in Virgo. So the moon in Virgo is in your second house. The Sun and Neptune are in your 8th house. So something is coming to completion around finances at the full moon on the 9th. If you're supposed to be getting, so if there's an organization or some kind of financial support that's coming in, because the 8th house represents the money that you get from others, not the money you earn through your job. And the Sun and Neptune there, it makes me a little bit suspicious that you might be expecting more money, or like you might not be seeing things clearly about, like things might be going on that you're not clear about in terms of money. Like if someone's promising you some X amount of dollars in support, make sure that whatever they're promising, that you're not overly dependent on it. Or it could be that someone in your life has been a financial drain, and you need to stop that. You need to set boundaries. So either you have been depending too much on your partner's income, and you need to step up to the plate and have more confidence within yourself and work on your own career so that you can be independent and not have this codependent relationship based on financial security. So you don't want to be with someone because of what they give you financially. You want to be with someone because you love them and because they complete you in some way and you're your best friend and you can connect on an intimate level. So if a relationship is just based on money and what another person can give you, it's not going to work. It's not a healthy situation. But something is going to come out at the full moon. You're going to see the reality. Some truth is going to be evident, because full moons always bring things to the surface, bring things to light. And you may see, like, where have I been, maybe you're not demanding enough money, or maybe you're not feeling valued enough in a relationship. Maybe because the second house has to do with the money, the love that you give and the love that you receive. What am I worth? What do I value? So you might be valuing someone because of the financial resources they have, or you might be valuing some partnership. Mars, so you want to look at that and make sure you're not idealizing someone, or or the other person's being truthful, and it's not a codependent type of relationship. That's what you want to avoid. You want to avoid having someone be dependent on you financially, or you be dependent on them financially. Whichever, it could be reversed. It could be that it's not you, but it's the other person. Mars is going through your 6th house. This is the house of work. And you also have Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn there. So there's going to be action. You're going to be really busy with career this month. And you want to make sure that you're not overworking where it affects your health. So if there's some health issue that you've been avoiding, it may come to the surface. If you've been working too hard or not taking care of your health, there could be some type of thing that you have to take care of in March. So don't stress yourself out with this 10 of Wands. You're carrying a heavy workload. Take some breaks. Take some time to recharge. If you have some kind of, if you're not feeling up to par, go to a doctor. I'm not trying to scare anyone. I'm just saying that you're going to be under a lot of stress working. You want to make sure you're not overdoing it. You have to set some boundaries so you have work-life balance. So you have time for love, time for fun, time for, to nurture yourself. It can't be all work and no play. Now, at the same time, you have Venus in the 10th house with Uranus, and they're coming together. So there could be a relationship that pops up suddenly where you suddenly realize, I have feelings for this person and I want to pursue this person. And it could come through the work that you do. Either you're meeting them through work, or this person somehow changes your status in some way. Like you might decide, hey, I want to make a commitment. Maybe if you've been dating someone but you're on the fence, suddenly you realize, I really like this person. I think I want to make a commitment. Because the 10th house can also represent a change in status, where you go from single to married, married to single. And it could be sudden, because Uranus and Venus, when they come together, Uranus represents freedom. And if you've been stuck, something could happen unexpectedly that gives you a greater sense of freedom. Some love relationship could develop out of nowhere. Suddenly you're in love with this person, or suddenly you meet someone and they're really exciting, and they bring new life to your world. But it could also bring money. Venus brings money. So career success. I'm seeing definite career success that brings you financial security, but also love that comes up suddenly. The North and South nodes are activating your 12th and 6th house. And Venus and Uranus in your 10th are favorable to this energy. So there could be a relationship that develops that makes you want to take better care of yourself. It could have a psychological effect on you in a positive way. It could help you free you from some psychological blocks. I feel like it could be healing. It could be a healing type of thing. And especially Jupiter is coming together with Pluto in your 6th house. So it's a good time. You could be making some real money. You could finally start to see something pay off. If it's a health issue, you want to check it out, because it could be something that's been happening over a long period of time, slowly building up. And it may have reach a crisis point when Mars enters the 6th house. So, and Jupiter relates to liver issues, Pluto relates to digestion. So you want to check anything out. If you're feeling a little bit, I'm not trying to scare you, I'm just saying, go to the doctor. Don't put off going to a doctor if you feel something is off physically with your health. But other than that, I feel like there's a chance for love and a chance for money coming in. Financial success, career success, the ability to begin to commit to something that's going to bring you stability and abundance. So then we have the new moon in Aries, and that's falling in your 9th house. You might decide to go back to school to learn some new skills. You might decide to travel. You might be connecting with someone who's of a different culture than you. That brings healing into your life. I feel like, especially because Venus is still going to be in the 10th house. And it's trining your Jupiter, Pluto, and Mars. So Venus is bringing you luck in your job. You might be connecting with people. Things might be more harmonious at work. So if you've had any problems with coworkers, things should be getting better. You could feel that you have a better rapport with the people you're working with. There could even be a love interest that comes through the work that you do. But Venus also brings money. Creativity. You could be doing something involved in a project that utilizes your creativity in some way. So your creative skills are going to be more public in March. And Mercury, right at this new moon, Mercury moves into the 8th house, and it's sextile Uranus in the 10th house. So if you've been waiting for financial support, You could get news now, especially because Mercury will be going direct after the full moon. Mercury, so if Mercury, when it was retrograde, it was slowing things down. So if you're waiting for news or waiting to sign a contract or waiting for things to get off the ground, maybe you're waiting for some kind of financial support to come in, some kind of settlement, because the 8th house represents insurance payouts or settlements or financial support that you get from a bank. You're going to hear news out of the blue, and it could be connected with your job. So I feel like you might get that raise, you might get that money coming in, that settlement, whatever it is, money is coming in. And you might be signing a contract around that time. Or you might hear good news around finances and resources at this time. But especially Venus trining Pluto and Jupiter and Mars and sextiling Neptune in Pisces, I feel that money is going to be coming in and you're going to feel more financially secure by the end of the month. And there could also be romance connected with all this. You could be going public with a relationship. Maybe you decide you've met someone and it's like you really want to show them around. You know, it's like, this is my new love and I want everyone to know it. Or this is my fiance I just committed to. You know, we're getting engaged. Or whatever it is, because the 10th house represents a change in status and also something that's public that you want to announce to the world. So it looks good for you for love and for commitment this month. And it's also going to be it's going to be a healing experience. I feel like you're going through some type of healing. You might have a healing crisis that then leads to healing yourself on some level, and a relationship is part of it. A relationship is helping you to feel better, to heal. So things look good for you, Leo. Just don't be afraid to set boundaries. Don't be afraid, to put down, don't work too hard. And take care of your health. Take care of you. Think about you as well as, it's not all about work and success. Leave time for love. So I hope this reading was a help to you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, click on the like box, leave a comment. And if you want a private reading that's based on your own specific situation, click on the link in the description box and we'll get you on the schedule. In the meantime, I want to say thank you everyone for supporting my channel, for liking, subscribing, ordering readings. I really appreciate all of you, and I wish you the best of luck and best of love for March and in the coming months. So have a wonderful March, Leo, and I'll talk to you again soon. Okay, bye now.